Alright, what is good everybody? 734 here. Today we're going to be playing some MX vs. ATV Legends, and we're going to be talking about the 2023 Unadilla round that happened over the past Saturday. And don't get this video confused with my track review showcase video. This is going to be actual, overview in my opinion of the race, and it's kind of my reaction and overall just thoughts and opinions. But it started off with 250 racing, and actually 450s went first, but just to keep the videos in order, kind of more or less for myself, just to make sure I can keep it organized. So we're going to start off with 250s like normal. So 250s, Hunter and Haiden, they both kind of started off, far off in the back. It's not really far, but it was like 6th, 7th. They were both, sitting, somewhat mid-pack. And we had Levi Kitchen and Hammaker kind of going 1-2 early, battling it out at the beginning of the race. And, they kind of carried, a little bit of the action for the most part, for the first, maybe 5-10 minutes of the race. And it was pretty quick where Hunter started to come up through the pack. He, got by Shimoda, he got by Justin Cooper. It was looking pretty good for him. Haiden Deegan also was making a run too, making a push. You could tell he really wanted to, push through and get up into the fight. But he, got into some trouble with some lappers when he was trying to make a pass around Hunter. And Hunter and I believe it was Cooper and Shimoda as well. It was like a 3-4 man battle at one point in 1 or 2 corners. It was really exciting. And just stuff, fun stuff to watch. You can go watch my watch party. I think I was reacting to it as it was happening. But basically, Haiden was not able to really make a move there. He got held up by some lappers, and just other riders on the track trying to get around it into 3rd and 4th. Hunter was able to make the pass and go on into 3rd. He eventually even got up into 2nd, and made a charge toward Levi Kitchen. However, Hunter was not able to get there and make the pass for it. And as Hunter is pushing towards the front towards Levi Kitchen, we get to see that Haiden is dropping positions. He is just falling one by one slowly out of this race, and we eventually get to see that he had bike problems. His bike just kind of gave out on him, and he was having to push it off the track. We saw him being carted off, and so that was just very disappointing, in terms of the points race, and it looked like he was really giving a good effort too. So just overall, 250 Moto 1 was just a disappointment for Haiden. But, for Hunter, he hung on to get 2nd. Levi Kitchen got 1st. And I believe it was Shimoda who got 3rd. So overall, it was a decent race. I'm not too mad at it. We had blue, red, and green up there on the podium, so it's all right. Not a bad race for Moto 1. And on to 450 Moto 1, this was also a pretty good race as well. To start it off, it's Jett with the whole shot. Sexton also coming along in 2nd place. Justin Barsha had some bike issues. I don't know exactly what was happening, but they just showed him with his number plate off and his team kind of around him trying to fix something. I don't really remember what it was, but I do believe he ended up getting going eventually. But I just don't remember, really how he finished or what he did to the bike, in general. But yeah, we pretty much get, just Chase just following Jett around the track. Nothing new. Jett is, looking very comfortable. His posture, the commentators are very, very, prominent when they talk about his posture. They just point out, his riding style and everything. He just looks so comfortable on the bike, and he really does. It doesn't look like he's trying at all, and it actually looks like Chase has to kind of push in some sections. But otherwise, it was a pretty decent battle. There was times where Chase got close, but he just wasn't able to really, make it in like passing territory or make any, real moves at the lead. Eventually, Chase would stall the bike, I believe, and he would, fall back by a few seconds. But he would close it back up again. I believe he kept closing it, like, it would be 5 seconds, and then he would make it 2-3 seconds, something like that. But eventually, Chase does fall, and that allows Ferrandis to come into 2nd. And Ferrandis actually made a pretty good run at Jett's first place, finish. He really was pushing it, and he actually looked like he had a shot at it. There was some lappers getting involved, slowing Jett up. But other than that, Ferrandis was genuinely, he had me standing and, paying attention. I genuinely thought he had a chance to take the lead and maybe even beat Jett, because it was the final lap. It was the last, last two final lap that Ferrandis was, making that run on, and it was actually pretty entertaining, and one of the moments where it was like, oh shit, because he, really was close and in certain parts of the track and certain corners. Now, in the next motos, not too much happened. In 250 Moto 2, there was a red flag, and the only story really is that Cooper, kind of starts out front. Him and Shimoda start out front, battling it out, and Hunter makes his way up. He gets Shimoda, and then he goes after Cooper, but can't quite get Cooper, and Cooper ends up winning. And that's really all that happened. There wasn't too much happening. It just Cooper won, Lawrence 2, Shimoda 3. Decent 250 race, and it's just mainly the first race with the points implications that Hunter is pulled away a lot now. Now, 450 Moto 2, once again, Jett and Chase started out 1-2. Not a surprise at all, especially considering how quick they were riding in the first moto prior to Chase's mistakes. And the Kawasaki boys also gotten involved. Jason Anderson and Adam Cianciarulo, they went 2 and 3, I believe. Cianciarulo was in third, with Jason Anderson in fourth, and then Anderson eventually gets by him, and then Ferrandis comes up as well, and then Ferrandis causes Anderson to go down. I don't know if it was really his fault. You couldn't quite see it on the camera. I don't remember the replay, but Anderson goes down as Ferrandis makes the pass into third. And there was a little bit of drama there, but nothing too crazy. Anderson is just an aggressive rider playing defense, and it kind of cost him a little bit. And then the following is just kind of, how it's all played out this year. Jett pulls away, hangs on for the win, and clinches the 2023 450 title. Still undefeated, 18-0. Just super impressive stuff, man. Jett has been one of my favorite riders, to watch. I think he's been everyone's, at least one of those guys that everyone at least, enjoys watching to some extent. I mean, he is just insane. He really is just next level. But Chase gets second, Ferrandis gets third. And yeah, so some exciting racing in both, motos, of course. But I think the main thing we learned from this weekend is, most likely, our champion for 250 is going to be Hunter Lawrence, and the Lawrence brothers in general are just going crazy this summer. Jett just clinched the 450 title. He'll get that presented to him eventually at the end of the year. And, Hunter, unless, Hunter crashes out next round of, the last round in the first moto, there's more than likely no chance that he loses this title, especially with how good he's been riding. I am interested to see what happens come Super Motocross, but I'll talk about that in some other video. But it's just been a good season in terms of, racing, in terms of Haiden Deegan, seeing how he was going to do this season, and then how Hunter Lawrence would be able to compete with that, and, see if he could wrap it up and move up to the 450 class, which I think we will be seeing. So finally, both Lawrence brothers in the 450 class. It has been exciting to see, their progression, and I think they're finally, ready to, go full 450. So that'll do it for this one. I don't have too much else to say. If you watched the live stream on Saturday, that was pretty fun. We had a lot of people hopping in. Not a lot of concurrent viewers, but like over time there was a pretty good amount, and it was pretty cool. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching this one. I'll have another watch party on Saturday, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace out.